The Leeds Rhinos are enjoying the marvellous month of May. They're right back in the race for the grand final. But Hull are hunting their first Super League double over Leeds. And if they win, they'll claim their first home and away victory over the Rhinos since 1990-91 season. May was deemed to be Leeds Rhinos' make or break month. Coming into the match against Hull, they had beaten Wigan, Bradford, London and Salford 4 in a row. Could Hull stop their gallop to the top of the table? Well, watching here at Headingley with Steve and me, the Salford City Reds Director of Rugby, Steve Sims, and we'll hear from Steve at half-time. Let's now, though, check out the way the two sides lined up. Beginning with the Rhinos, they had Walker at full-back, Calderwood, Carroll, Senior and Cummins the captain, Sinfield alongside Sheridan. The forwards, Ward, Diskin, McDermott, Hay, Adamson and Poaching. And the lead substitutes, Pratt, MacDonald, Burrow and Jamie Jones-Buchanan, the coach, Darryl Powell. Now Hull, Horn at full-back, Parker, Mackay, Coelove and Poucher, Chester and Tony Smith. Few injury problems for Hull. Greenhill, Last and Logan the front row, Marr, Ryan and Jason Smith, the captain and loose forward. And their substitutes, Bird, Cook, Carvel and Donkin, coach Sean McRae. Robert Connolly is our big match referee. Sun will play a part in this first half and Leeds have that in their faces. I think we might expect a few high kicks from one Jason Smith.
Certainly will. I mentioned in the build-up that it's such an important facet for this Hull side. His kicking ability, especially into the corners, and of course trying to split the wingers and the full-back. He's a master at it, but Hull, they'll want to try to keep it very tight, play it in the forwards. Leeds, I'm sure, their coach Darryl Powell will say, get it out wide early.
Big hit early, and that's the view that the Leeds defenders have whenever the ball goes up in the air. There are long shadows here at Headingley tonight. A glorious evening, and we've waited a long time for this summer to begin. Let's hope this is the start of it now, as Greenhill takes the ball forward, and he's greeted by Poaching and also Barry McDermott. Jason Smith gets the ball away to Sean Ryan. He's tackled midway inside his own half of the field. It was Andy Last, the dummy half, and Jason Smith now blows at the ball.
Penalty, no, it was reefed out.
It was. Penalties given by Robert Connolly.
Matt Diskin got the hand in there. The official thinks that it's the prop forward, Barry McDermott. There's little doubt in my mind that Diskin's right hand made its way towards the ball. Well, silly mistake from Leeds early in this match.
Yes, a touch of indiscipline there. And that's why, instead of having the ball back for the first time, Leeds are now defending this Hull attack from the midway point of their half. And Sean McRae, their coach, just making a point to his number 2, Tony Anderson, alongside him. And here come Hull FC now, in the shape of Chris Chester. Gets to his feet 20 metres away. Mackay was the dummy half. Richard Horn has chimed in. Andy Hay waiting there, along with Diskin. And eventually he is brought down. That's tackle number 4. Hull have had all the football yet. Here's Tony Smith driving it into within 8 metres of the line.
Surely the kick now.
Last, and here is Jason Smith, and there it is. It's high, but they've claimed it. Cummins
he's taken it off him. This'll be a try. Ryan has scored.
Well,
he pinched the ball straight out of the hands of Francis Cummins. He'll go to the screen, but this is Tiawai. What a start. Unbelievable kick. We knew that it was going to be a problem. Cummins has it. He's taken it, and Ryan's pinched it. That's a try. That has silenced the big crowd here at Leeds. What a start. Super stuff. Ball spinning backwards. You just saw the shot of the fact that it's going to have the sun in Cummins' eyes. He takes it cleanly, no doubt about that, and Ryan says thank you very much. Well, a big second rower will not score an easier try from that. Let's not take anything away from the ability to utilise the kick. He's just seen whether he's onside, and they look okay to me. That's the contact. All the 3 Hull players out there on the right, or as the left as you look at it. There he gets it. He takes it, and he pinches it. This has got to be TRY for me.
Well, the video referee tonight is John Holdsworth. He's had a long look at that, so let's see what his decision is. And try it is. There are 2,000 Hull supporters here this evening. and they are celebrating. Leeds haven't touched the football yet. It's a terrible start for Darryl Powell's men, a wonderful start for Sean McRae, and Sean Ryan, 2 tries against Leeds on his home debut back in March. He's come up with the first tonight.
Well, they had a nightmare at the Boulevard, did Mark Calderwood on one wing. Now Cummins is on the left wing tonight, but he was playing full back that particular night. And it all came about from this incident. Diskin reefing the ball away, accompanied by the prop forward Barry McDermott. As Eddie has mentioned, the only time they've had the football when they kicked off. Great effort. Oh.
Well, Graham Mackay is the goal kicker tonight because Matt Crowther, their regular kicker, is out injured. Mackay, though, has kicked in his previous life, and he's got 2 points for Hull. What a start for Sean McRae's men. Leeds have touched it twice. Cummins had it stolen by Sean Ryan, and they're about to kick off for a second time. So they will now have touched it 3 times.
Well, isn't that amazing? The Hull side, it isn't as though they've got anything from the MI5. Everybody knows how they play tight. Very solid, hard rugby league football, and they utilise a kick from that man, Jason Smith, so many times this year. Be interesting to see the stats as to how many tries Hull have scored from the boot of the loose forward.
Greenhill plays the ball to Andy Last. There's the kick from Jason Smith. He went for a big 40-20 early in the tackle count. It has turned Ben Walker around, and he will loop it now back. Then he will straighten up. He's coming this way, and they haven't touched him yet. Now they have. Good tackle in the end coming in from Paul Parker.
Shows you the advantage of getting a good chase from the kick. Make sure that the fullback Walker had to turn around to get that football.
That was a good quick play, the ball by Keith Senior, and this now is Kevin Sinfield.
John Chester got hold of him because he went far too high.
And the crowd and Sinfield looking for a penalty that was not forthcoming from Robert Connolly. Well, it's a great start for Hull. It's just the lift they needed here at Headingley. And here now is Matt Adamson.
It's amazing, Eddie, you know, when a team comes into such a high-profile game like this with so many injuries, they do lift themselves. And as you say, that start, well, it's the ideal fillip, isn't it?
This now is Richard Horne. The kick over the top was fielded by Paul Parker. Andy Hay gets the tackle in.
Well, he could have been penalised there. It came off the mark. He really cannot take a step forward and to the side, and that's what he did.
Andy Last to Jason Smith. Misses out one, and Coelho has put the ball down.
That move utilised the dummy runner, and it wasn't a bad pass. Often send it there, and you can see that Coelho just had a little bit of a look. Irrespective of what quality you play a rugby league football,
well,
if you take your eyes off the ball, you'll drop it.
Exactly. He is in the top 10 of the Super League try scorers. Toa Coelho, he knows where the line is. So too does Kevin Sinfield, and Keith Senior almost through. That was a very important tackle. 12-0 after 10 minutes at the JJB. Wigan over London. This is Matt Adamson. 6-0 here to Hull after 5.5 minutes at Headingley. Diskin waits at dummy half. They go down the right channel with Sinfield. Little dummy. Then it was flicked back, and here now is Adamson. On it goes to McDermott. McDermott flicks the ball back. Couldn't pick it up though, Ben Walker.
The opportunity was there. That was good work from the prop, McDermott. You can see it just couldn't go to the fullback, Ben Walker. Just dipping a little bit too low. A little bit over fancy, I feel, and maybe that's the reason why Darryl Powell is sending the message down. Just take it easy, fellas. We're only 6 behind. Plenty to go.
Well, they want to get square Leeds for a 38-6 defeat at the Boulevard in March. Hull got 6 tries to 1 that night. Richard Horne turned over on his back by Matt Adamson.
Not only that, Eddie, you see the big hit from Adamson right into the ribs of the youngster Horne. He was just going to ground there, and big second row gave him a wonderful hit.
Here comes Hull again in the shape of Greenhill, but that's good tackling, good hunting there by Hay and Sheridan. Andy Last gets the ball away. This is Scott Logan now. He gets to his feet. Last the dummy half. Inside it goes to Tony Smith. Kick over the top. Not the best kick, but Walker will have to run this back, will he? No. Just allowed it to run dead in goal.
Just a bit too strong there from the scrum half, but the right idea. Utilise the fact that Leeds are looking into the sun. And that's the second occasion that Ben Walker has had trouble with it.
Disc into Matt Adamson.
Getting through a lot of work, isn't he?
Adam Marr, though, he stiffens this Hull defence. Offside Hull now, right on halfway. Creeping forward at the play the ball.
To be fair to the official, he had warned them on a couple of occasions before that. A little bit too fast out of the blocks. Now then, will they take heed from their coach, Leeds, Daniel Powell, saying, calm things down. Not too fancy.
Well, this is a great opportunity for them to strike back. Sheridan to Barry McDermott. McDermott taking on the Aussie Sean Ryan, plays the ball quickly to Diskin. Diskin brings the big man poaching back on his inside and still going Willie poaching. And they get another penalty. Hull again caught offside. Referee allowed the advantage.
Making his presence felt there, the official. Oh, the big fella's going!
It's McDermott, but he's just short.
So close.
That was a great effort from Andy Last. Diskin, not the best ball on the bounce. It finds Sheridan, though. Sheridan jinxed his way around a couple, but couldn't get round the last man in. That was Craig Greenhill. Now they give it some width, Leeds to Sinfield. Here is Adamson, strolling.
Well, he's been everywhere, this fella, isn't he, in the opening minutes? Adamson.
Looks like he's ready to open the bowling for Yorkshire. Matt Adamson. Well, Willie Poaching gave us a peculiar way to celebrate a try last time we were here. How's this from Adamson?
Get it out wide, that is what they needed to do. Superb pass from Sinfield. Notice how the man comes back on the angle which allowed it. That right towards the cricket pitch. What isn't barred in the corner? Either way, he's bowled them over. There he comes. See how the dummy runner took out Mackay? It left a huge gap there. That's intelligent play by the Leeds Rhinos. Was it a bit of spin there, Eddie?
Well, he made them all duck as they were coming back with their soft drinks. Matt Adamson. That's just what Leeds needed. New South Welshman, Matt Adamson. Hull now are grouped behind their own try line. As Ben Walker, meticulously, as always, lines up this conversion attempt. There's this try scorer. 2 State of Origin appearances for Adamson last year off the bench. And back in the side tonight after missing the last 2 with ankle trouble. Walker with the conversion to level it, but he's missed it. Leeds 4, Hull 6.
Great play. Look how the man takes out Mackay and, of course, Chester. Oh, that is great play. May look soft. Here it comes. Mind girls. Whoops.
Well, his best mate is Adam Gilchrist, the Australian wicketkeeper from all accounts. Maybe that's a little message for him. Matt Adamson trying his comeback.
Well, he deserved it, Eddie. He's running for everything.
Oh,
That's a
Poaching
bad
has
mistake.
missed that. I thought maybe Willie Poaching, maybe he lost it in the sunshine, but I thought maybe he should have got hands to it.
Yeah. That's poor. And I think he'll have a little bit of word from his coach, Daniel Powell, about that one.
Nothing Francis Cummins could do. Ball
Well, that
going
was
over the dead ball line.
That was a leg break off his.
Drop out coming up underneath the sticks from the Leeds Rhinos then.
Okay, let's go.
Sinfield gives it a thump. Straight into the arms of Scott Logan. Logan will run it back and Andy Hayes stands his ground. Coaching staff at Leeds looking anxiously on because it was with Smith and he got it away to Sean Ryan.
Nice little inside pass yet again. Not only is he clever with the boot, Jason Smith, he knows how to pop up the little pass.
This is Craig Greenhill. Struggling to his feet, Andy Lass clapping the hands behind him. Finds Jason Smith, finds Tony Smith. It goes wide to Chester. Here is Graham Mackay. Barry McDermott's after him.
He got it away,
though. He did. This is Adam Marr. Mara's got Horn.
Oh, was he taken out? Did Andy A get to him? No, said the official.
Leeds will counter.
50-50 call. Well, that was great play. Did well to get it away there. Hay was already dipping towards a tackle, but I think the official got it spot on. Not the best pass. Horn could have been right underneath the sticks.
Now Tony Carroll for Leeds. Mackay with him, Chester with him. Eventually, it goes down. There's the pass. Horn just couldn't keep hold of it. Good ball from Walker to Calderwood. He's got a ton of support with him. Walker is there. He escapes the clutches. And Walker goes over to give Leeds the lead. It was a despairing dive from Craig Poucher. Walker had too much pace and too much power. And Darryl Powell breathing a little easier now. Ben Walker with the try.
Well, what a counter-attack. I mean, that is absolutely superb. Couldn't wish for anything better, and they got caught there. Poucher got caught in no man's land. And once Calderwood had given it to the full-back, nothing they could do about it. Well, they're having all the play. If you're a Leeds fan over on that far side, on the cricket pitch side, and it is taking spin. It's spinning around the Rhinos' way, but this was poor play by Poucher. If you get caught in no man's land when your winger is on the outside of it, you will pay the price. And Walker has got plenty of money in the bag. Oh, that is awful position there by Craig Poucher. He tried in vain to stop this fella. I think we're in for a classic.
Fantastic counter-attack from Leeds, from one end of the field to the other. Ben Walker now tries in consecutive games for the Rhinos. He is actually averaging almost 12 points per game this year. And coincidentally, he missed the Hull defeat in March. Well, this is his second conversion from almost exactly the same position out there on the right-hand side. McCanny drifted over the crossbar this time. He's missed with another. Just grazed the right hand upright as he was looking at it, but a miss just the same.
There you can see Poucher. He's looking towards to go to Sinfield. Beautiful pass by the try scorer. Kept his cool, kept his nerve.
6 tackles, no penalties.
And it's a wonderful effort.
1 minute objective, 6 tackles, no penalties.
The Ben Walker's try. It's 8-6 to the Rhinos.
Stay aside, guys, all I ask. Stay.
And it was an important match that he missed, wasn't it, when they lost at the Boulevard in March. And Cummins then didn't take the risk. I think that was sailing out on the full, frankly. But Cummins decided to catch the ball, run it back. That could have been a big blunder from Hull. McDermott to Sheridan. They're so good when they run the ball, Leeds, this year.
Well, they don't want to be involved in just a forward power play. They really have got so much talent out wide.
Well, they have. They are leading try scorers and leading point scorers in the Super League before this round started.
Good work from the hooker Andy Last there on his opposite, Matt Diskin.
Last tackle here. That's why Sinfield's put the kick in. A good kick too. And Horn picks it up for Hull. Thought about the pass inside to Poucher, and then thought better of it.
Interesting kick that, Eddie. It was kicked in such a manner that it was rolling as though it was a ball on a ground green.
Well, they've done a lot of work on this pitch, which has come into for some criticism in the early parts of Super League. There's the decision against Leeds, like a dog's hind leg, their defensive line. Referee had plenty to choose. Danny Ward maybe leading the way. This is Greenhill, tackled by Ward and Adamson low down. Here is Scott Logan. That's a good run, taking on Diskin. Good job though that Barry McDermott came flying in with a little bit of help from Ward to cut him down. Tony Smith, Jason Smith now.
Good defence.
Yes, Sheridan and Hay.
They realise they've got to have somebody low. If you start going high on this fella, you'll just offload with ease.
Greenhill.
Offside,
Offside Leeds, Barry McDermott called by referee Robert Connolly. Penalty right under the sticks. I think Hull might take the 2 on offer here to level matters.
I'm sure. Well, they plenty to choose from, didn't they? I mean, well, you've made your point now, Mr. Robert Connolly. I think both sides realise that they have to stay in the block. I think it's just about even, isn't it, in regards to offside penalties? 2 on either side, I think. He's making his point, and rightly so. If he doesn't, we criticise him.
You're as bad. You're sorry, you're as well. Okay.
And if he keeps doing that, we'll probably criticise him.
Well, he's just telling Andy Lass there that both sides are trying to slow the play the ball down. Here is Graham Mackay. Bang in front of the posts. I think even Steve-O could kick this one. And Graham Mackay does. It's all level at Headingley, 8 apiece.
Not too sure, Eddie. You never actually saw me play and kick, did you? I was shocked.
Well, my granddad used to take me down to the front row
and lift you up.
Lift me up so as I could see you. Sean McRae, the Hull coach. Well, they're hanging on in there, aren't they, at 8 apiece? And here come Hull again. Sean McRae, without Gareth Rayner and Matt Crowther, will be quite pleased with the opening 18 minutes here. The fact that Hull are in touch at 8 apiece. This is Sean Ryan, scorer of their try. 18-0 Wigan over London after 20 minutes. A big ask now of London to come back in that one, even after just 20 minutes. Logan
did well to offload there.
He did, and so did Tony Smith. Richard Horne picks up the pieces for Hull, then gives it to Toa Koe-Love. No way through for Koe-Love. Poaching and Senior with the tackle.
Well, I think Hull's coach Sean McRae fully realises the potential that this Leeds three-quarter line certainly have. They've already posted their intention of keeping this ball alive, so I think he'll play safety first, make sure it's a good kick, and it is. It's into open space.
It is. Walker is chasing back after this, and he goes round Poucher, or he tries to. That's good work from the young Poucher, making his first appearance of the year. Leeds then.
Great stuff.
There he is again. Good stuff from Poucher. Long ball, though, to switch the attention of this attack to Francis Cummins. 19.5 minutes gone. Wonder what Phil Clark's making of the opening quarter of this game, Phil?
Well, the very beginning of the match showed me that Leeds didn't really learn the lessons when they lost at the Boulevard against Hull on that evening. Jason Smith's kicks were devastating effect, and again he got off to that start. Leeds might have the best attack in the league, the 5th best in terms of defence, and that's the element I'm sure they'll want to work on today. But the try they scored just recently, the penalty now awarded against the Hull side for offside. The try that Craig Walker scored just showed me fantastic demonstration of their willingness to attack from deep inside their own half. Not only have they scored the most tries this year, they've also scored the most tries from a play the ball within their own halfway line. That's a demonstration of their willingness to attack and the speed of which to score the points, and that's one of the dangers whenever you play against this Leeds outfit.
They are 30 metres away with Sheridan to Sinfield. Great ball.
What obstruction it is.
Whistle's gone. He lost it anyway.
Mr. Powell was not too impressed, but he certainly made contact. Controversy last week, of course. Big Andy Farrell was deemed to have created the obstruction, but there's little doubt in this one. Carroll is taking the man out. I think Adamson gave himself up as well. He said, look, I'm through the gap. Well, he's having a blinder, isn't he? The second row, Matt Adamson. Unfortunately for him, Tony Carroll, he was deemed to have touched the man. Got him right, the official.
And here now come Hull with Jason Smith to Sean Ryan. That's good defence. That's terrific defence.
Keith Senior it was, and Ryan knew that he was going towards the touchline. And I don't think I have to explain to you what that person was saying into the walkie-talkie. Mr. Ryan tried to flick it away, but it was good solid tackle by the centre, Keith Senior. Now then, was that a push? Maybe. Let's see in slow motion. Was it? No, I think that Ryan was trying to flick the ball back.
Well, he knew he was heading towards the sideline. Here's Adamson. Up the middle he goes. Andy Last is there, so too Craig Greenhill, but Matt Adamson's so important to this Leeds side in the second row. He makes the good hard yards, and here's someone else who'll do the same now, Danny Ward. 8-all at Headingley.
Well, there's see the wide shot. The players are responding to the official. They are going back the full 10, and that's great for you viewers and, of course, the crowd here. That means we'll get a spectacle.
Sinfield in at dummy half. It's his 100th first-team appearance for Leeds here tonight. Andy Hay.
Tony Smith caught a knock from his own player.
Yes, he's out of the defensive line. There's the crossfield kick looking for Mark Calderwood. Well done, Poucher.
That's confident.
Oh, it's pinched.
Pinched it off him.
Calderwood pinched it.
Well, did he hit the ground? Did his ball-carrying arm hit the deck? We'll have to wait and see on that one.
The Leeds with a glorious opportunity with Carroll.
Can't get it down.
He can't. That's terrific defence from Poucher again.
He'll go to the screen. Well, this will be, well, a blade of grass. Now then,
But he nods. He says he got it down.
Did the groundsman cut it this morning? I don't think he did. Did a blade of grass? No.
Oh, it's down there.
Is it?
And then it comes back. Well, John Holdsworth, it's all yours.
We'll probably see better from this angle. But is it his arm that it gets down? It's on the arm there, and then he pulls the arm away. Does that mean he's lost control? Oh, would be a video ref.
I think he's got that down with the shoulder on lap, but it's not up to you and me. It's
well,
down to John Holdsworth.
I didn't know the shoulder was could be allowed.
Well, it's underneath the shoulder, underneath the muscle and the shoulder, between the muscle and the shoulder of the right arm.
Now, is it the forearm? Oh, this is so close. They struggled, didn't they? Trying to stop him.
I think he's got that.
I'm not so sure, Eddie. I am not so sure.
The video ref isn't either.
Does it have to hit the grass? No, there's a hand underneath there.
It's his. It's Tony Carroll's hand.
No, he's got. Well, he must have three hands then. What's the one over the top of the ball? He's found another arm coming out of his throat, according to you, Eddie.
Tries denied. Scrum attack leads. Tony Carroll deemed to have been held up over the line.
I think he's got it right because there was a hand underneath.
He doesn't.
Well, according to you, he's got a hand and arm coming out of the chest or his neck. Merlin the Wizard couldn't afford that.
Well, Bob Connolly's expression said it all, didn't he? He looked a little ruefully at the Leeds pack as they come forward for this scrum. And Sean McRae makes a note in the book. From the base of the scrum, it's with Ryan Sheridan. Here is Keith Senior.
He'll do it.
It was only a delay, nothing more. Right behind the sticks for Senior and Leeds. A quick attack from the base of that scrum. Ryan Sheridan darted out, and Senior, ever the willing worker, ever the willing runner, and that's try number 7 of the season for the big centre.
Well, the boys from the Boulevard, they were breathing a big sigh of relief while Leeds were getting on with the job in hand. That's a beautiful offload. That is wonderful rugby league football. Dummy runner first, watch, there he goes. Neat little flick backward on the inside. Too powerful, this fella. Ooh, this is a few seconds ago. There was a hand underneath, the blade of grass. Beautiful. What a build-up here. That is superb. Good work also by the loose forward Willie Poachin, which allowed the scrum half Sheridan to pull wide of the scrum, create the extra man. No problems there from Walker.
That's 1 from 3 for Walker. Try for Senior. It's a 6-pointer, and Leeds are ahead 14 points to 8 here at Headingley. Keith Senior, try against Wigan 2 weeks ago. Ever present so far this season. A great try in the 15-6 win at Hull last year, you may remember. One of 16 tries he scored. And look at the reaction from Darryl Powell. Mackay restarts. Sinfield is underneath it. And here is Danny Ward.
So important now that Hull do not give away a penalty. They haven't had the football for quite some time.
Sean McRae's made a change, by the way. I noticed Paul Cook's there.
Oh, he's pitched
Gareth
it.
Carvell is there as well. Penalty to Leeds.
Good work from the touch judge on the right-hand side, just below the television gantry. Well, there was certainly arms and legs, and a bit of a stray boot went over the right calf of Mr. Poaching.
That's a blow. Tony Smith going off. But Paul Cook coming on for him. Gareth Carvell to stiffen the pack, maybe. And we've got news of Tony Smith, Steve-O. Let's get it from Bill.
Eddie, he's got a very nasty, he's gone into the dressing room, Tony Smith. He's got a very nasty gash on the bottom of his lip. He's going to have stitches. I think it's going to be painful.
Sounds it. Oh, this could have been painful for Hull, but it's painful for Calderwood. He's dragged into touch. That's terrific defence.
A little bit too tight to work the blind side on that occasion. Big fella Mackay, but what an offload from Sinfield. He's in excellent form, isn't he? Reveling in the fact that he's been switched to stand off.
Well, is he the answer to Great Britain's standoff problem?
The way he's played this past 4 to 5 weeks, yes. Just saying, it's ironic. The reason why Tony Smith had to leave the field was he collided with one of his own teammates. Not that it makes any difference in regards to pain, but you accept it better when it comes from the opposition.
It was Horn who played the ball to Jason Smith. Gareth Carvell, the former Leeds man. Just 4 substitute appearances for Carvell in the colours of Leeds. And he wasn't allowed to get back to his feet by Danny Ward, so Hull have another penalty.
Well, I think Carvell had hold of him. Nope. He's right as the official.
Greenhill then for Hull. Taking on McDermott.
Here we go. Here.
And also taking on Danny Ward. Last to Sean Ryan. Poaching with a solid tackle. Ball's free. Penalty. Stealing.
Well, I think the official now has got to say, now come on fellas. Yeah, no doubt about it. He was definitely whipped away. It was Willie Poaching. Yep. And the official is doing the right thing.
Calm yourself down. You've got the penalty. Don't go towards him. Willie, just keep out. I don't know why, John.
Next one to do it.
Keep them both out, okay?
We'll have a little rest for
Penalty,
10 minutes.
okay.
I think we'll go for the goal here. Try to slow things down.
Yes,
Stop this Leeds momentum. And that's good thinking. Well, it was an awful start for that fellow, wasn't it? But boy, they bounced back in great fashion.
They have, but Hull are not out of this. And if Mackay kicks this penalty goal, it'll be just a 4-point margin. They, by the way, have to face the big 4, Wigan, St Helens, Leeds and Bradford Bulls 3 times each this year. That is their reward for finishing 3rd in 2001. They have a fantastic league record, by the way, over Leeds over the past 30 years. 24 wins to 18. Not bad here either, but at home it's 17 wins to 5 for the Rhinos. That's at the Boulevard. Mackay then with this penalty to cut the lead. He's kicking well. Graham Mackay. That's the 3rd goal, successfully kicked by Mackay, and Hull are within 4 of the Rhinos.
Did I detect element of surprise in your voice, Eddie? Not in that fella's mind. He obviously knew what he was doing. Now it's important, and I'm sure that McRae realises now that they've got to make sure they don't come up with a mistake, Hull now. Make sure they play out the 6 and have a good kick and chase.
Well, he's no stranger to the goal kicking. In fact, in his Australian career, Graham Mackay totals 133 successful kicks. Even though he hasn't been a goal kicker in this country, Mackay knows where those posts are when the ball is on the kicking tee.
Good offload there by Gareth Carvell, the substitute. Oh, that's pretty solid defence, isn't it, from McDermott?
The Origin Series, by the way, the best of British, Yorkshire, Lancashire, Yorkshire, say it whichever way you like. It's over the weekend of June 14th and the 18th. And any information you might require about the Origin series, 0113 232 9111 during normal office hours. They'll be open for business again on Wednesday morning. We have the long bank holiday weekend for Her Majesty's Jubilee. Carvel, that's almost a good run. He nearly got away from Hay.
Should have been penalised. Hay held on to his leg. Here
There's the boot from Smith. Calderwood's after this. He's called for it. He's claimed it. That'll do his confidence a power of good.
Good refereeing by Robert Connolly as well. He realised there were 3 Hull players in front of the kicker, and he was screaming at them to lay off him. Lay off Calderwood. You're offside. He's having another good game, Robert Connolly.
18-0 after 35 minutes still at the JJB Stadium, Wigan over London. You know, I think the appointment of Stuart Cummings has worked wonders for the referees. They have a leader again, MacDonald. And they have someone to turn to in hours of crisis, and they have someone, I'm sure, who will give them praise when needed. And it has certainly been improved, hasn't it, since he took over.
And well done. But I have you, Eddie.
Sinfield, great ball, Adamson, Carroll, Calderwood, Carroll, brilliant, brilliant try from Leeds Rhinos.
Couple of 50-50s offloads, but it doesn't matter.
It began with the Wayne MacDonald barnstorming run down this left-hand touchline and continued over the other side. The ball flashed through the hands, Carroll over for the try. A memorable moment at Headingley for this big crowd, and a memorable moment for you, not if you're a Hull fan, but certainly for Tony Carroll and the Rhinos. No wonder he's smiling.
This is superb stuff. See how they held off. They allowed the 3/4 line to get it out to Adamson. That was a dubious one, I thought. That was okay. But the one from Carroll to Calderwood perhaps, but Sinfield is in absolute superb form. That's the one. That's the one I thought maybe could have been a bit forward, but it deserved a try. This is it. Maybe the momentum has allowed the official. He loves scoring tries, this fella, but the pass from Sinfield was just superb.
Yes, Sinfield's pass, a delight from a British point of view. And Wayne MacDonald's marauding run. Ben Walker now, he's certainly up the tempo with his goal kicking. Kicked one this time. 20 points to 10. Leeds, second place over Hull. Both of them looking to close the gap on the Bulls.
Look how Sinfield just sucks in Chester. As soon as he lets him go, bang. That is superb rugby league. Oh, that is a joy to watch. And look at the crowd, and rightly so. Oh, this Leeds side is moving the ball around, well, a la fashion round about the mid-70s when the likes of Smith and Atkinson on the wing. They had a brilliant team for a long, long time, but this mob is matching them, and this guy is going out of his skin.
Wayne MacDonald, another barnstorming run up the middle. Hurt, though. He was hurt then. Here is McDermott looking to offload, and does, to Sinfield. They'll come down the left channel with Andy Hay. Tony Smith's back. MacDonald is hurt. So poaching will take this up. Andy last stood his ground. They've reversed that blood bin, and Tony Smith is back on the field, as you maybe saw. There he is. Stitches in the lip. Diskin. Oh, it's suddenly opened up for Diskin. Sheridan on his inside. Good tackle back by Jason Smith. Quick play the ball. Diskin down the left. Carroll wide to Sinfield. They're lining up out here, Leeds. There's a little kick. Looking for Cummings. Dumped back to Senior. On it goes to poaching. Champagne stuff this. Here's Sinfield again. Heel offload. On the bounce to McDermott. Heel offload. On the bounce to Walker. He's clutched by Chester. They get it away to Senior. Senior. Heel offload to Adamson. And Andy Last gets to him, but heel offload. And this is Senior again. Well, it's risky business and it's not come off. Poucher has it back. But it is wonderful to stand here and watch.
Pop the cork. Whoa, this is vintage stuff.
14 offloads, and we've seen about a dozen of them in the last 2 Leeds attacks.
Well, this isn't cheap stuff. You buy the off licence on the corner, Eddie. This is vintage Champagne play. Outstanding. What, 15 passes?
But Hull did well to stand their ground. They got the ball back. That's a big hit. Tony Carroll and Kevin Sinfield. And he felt that. Did Adam Marr. This is Carvel. And he falls on the last, right on the halfway line. Tony Smith to Jason Smith. There's the high kick again. They're all after it. Calderwood will hear him coming. Claims it. The crowd breathes a collective sigh of relief, but Calderwood launches the counter.
Well, as I mentioned before, that young fella playing the ball had a nightmare at the Boulevard, but he is stuck in there. Wonderful to be able to just come back, the young Tony, 20 years of age.
4 minutes to half-time. Let's hear from Phil again. It's fabulous, Phil, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what all the best sides need is a player to come off the bench and give them a big impact. That's exactly what Wayne McDonald's done. He's really driven them on, and the rest of the forwards have lifted with that. I just thought that passage of play then when they're offloading the ball, it was as if you got tackled with the ball, you're going to get sent off or brought off by Darryl Powell. They were so willing to keep it alive, and it's taken a lot of energy out of Hull, even though they didn't get any points on it.
Sheridan with the kick over the top. Horn has funneled back. And everyone on side because Horn played it with the foot. He's round poaching. He can't get away from Barry McDermott.
Messing around there. And the official a little bit lax on that department. But he's already warned both sides for stealing the football.
Carvel, good hands from Hull now, and that's Greenhill.
Good defence. Didn't make a yard progress at all, didn't Hull. Brought about by that quick defence from Leeds.
Chester on the drive, but halted by Diskin and halted by Sinfield. 3 minutes to the half-time break, and Leeds ahead by 10 points. Tony Smith, though, attacking the line, and that's a good tackle from Andy Hay on the last. Horn at dummy half. Jason Smith now. Expect the kick, and there it is. Walker read it. He read the script, Walker, and here comes the counter. Walker down the line. Horn's after him. Horn does brilliantly.
I'm going to get this video and bottle it. And there, the face of Darryl Powell said it all. He really wanted him to step back on the inside. Took it on the full, and you can see clearly, I mean, great tackle. Let's not take anything away from the youngster Richard Horn. But a man of the experience of Ben Walker. What a great effort from this fella.
Full back for the last three, Richard Horn, and he took him ball and all over the line.
Do you know, I think that would have been curtains, and I think that fella realises it too. I think if Leeds had have gone in for another 6-pointer there, I think the mountain would be a little bit too high to climb. And the two prop forwards,
Gareth Carvel and Barry McDermott, having a bit of an argy-bargy, and the referee wants a word.
Let's not let it escalate from here, okay?
Barry, they shout.
Okay, let's calm it down, guys. Time back up.
Barry McDermott just looks at the referee and smiles.
Why not? He's in great form and he knows that they've got a 10-point lead.
Coey Love, great tackle, Sinfield again. Chester, Mackay. Good tackle, Adamson. Chester's the dummy half. The runner is Adam Marr again. I think Leeds will get another chance to attack the Hull line before half-time. Jason Smith, or will they? Coey Love had to stretch forward for that. Great tackle, senior.
Well, they've got it right on both counts, haven't they? The attack and the defence.
Jason Smith with a dink over the top, but read perfectly by Ryan Sheridan.
Well, they're really working hard for each other. Not only was Sheridan there, Walker was up. They are working hard. They're working as a unit in a great team spirit.
Inside the last minute of the first half, Matt Adamson, who's had a wow of a first 40.
Well, Hull will be very pleased for this hooter. Trying to regroup because they have been split apart, and it takes a lot of energy out of you when you've got to keep coming back and filling in that defence.
McDermott, lovely ball to Walker, lost
it, be a knock on. And they'll take the time. I think that'll do it. A bit of a giggle.
Two Aussies together. Great ball from McDermott, though.
Pretty high from Ryan.
Well, Darryl Powell will make his way down to the dressing room because we've got about 7 seconds remaining. Will this scrum? Yes, it will.
Kick and chase.
Kick and chase. Tony Smith over the top. Richard Horn's after it. Francis Cummings is after it.
Kick it to Batley. Didn't have to.
That should be it. There's the half-time siren. Terrific entertainment at Headingley. Hull have played their full part in it, but Leeds really have caught the eye, haven't they? They trailed to an early try from Sean Ryan that was improved by Graham Mackay. Then they clicked into gear. Adamson, Walker, Senior and Carroll. This vast crowd at Headingley royally entertained in the first half, and the Rhinos are ahead at the break by 20 points to 10. Champagne stuff from the Leeds Rhinos, who look intent on closing the gap on the Bulls at the top of the table tonight. It's 20 points to 10 here at Headingley, and we have had 4 breathtaking Leeds tries, 2 goals from Walker, Ryan and Mackay with the 3 goals for Hull. 20-10 to the Rhinos, and I would think this is a very, very pleased dressing room. But that looks like it's Wayne McDonald on the treatment table, and he was certainly injured in that first half, making one of his runs up the middle, and a little pat on the shoulder from Darryl Powell there. And Sean McRae, well, he knew he arrived here a little light in terms of troops, and he knows now that he's in for a real battle in this second half. But what a fantastic first 40 minutes from the Leeds Rhinos. When they're hot, and they have been so hot during the month of May, they are very hot, and they're playing well with confidence, throwing the ball around, it's spinning through the hands, a joy to watch, a delight. And I'm sure that it is also delighting our special guest tonight, the Director of Rugby at the Salford City Reds, Steve Sims. Fantastic effort from Leeds.
It's been a good effort. Leeds, the speed of their play, the ball is a lot quicker than Hull. Their precision with their passes has been outstanding. I think that the score is probably closer than what the game really indicates.
Well, the thing is, from Hull's point of view, they've had to do so much defending, they've had to do so much chasing, that could really be problems for them in the second half.
Well, I think it is. The whole point is that Hull haven't had a lot of chances, they haven't created a lot. They've depended on their kick game, which hasn't been that good at the moment with the Jason Smith. Obviously, they scored at the first try, but it actually went into Cummins' hands and it was stolen off him. They've got to improve their overall game with the football and without it. Defensively, Leeds have found weaknesses on their right-hand side, and they'll continue to do that unless Hull get a little bit tighter.
Well, I don't know about you watching at home, but we've really enjoyed the first 40 minutes from the Leeds Rhinos' point of view, Steve-O. It has been a joy, hasn't it, to watch?
It certainly has, unless you're a Hull fan, of course. But yeah, we said a few weeks ago that Leeds seem to be getting back into the swing of things. But Hull did get off to that dream start, and it was the high kick from Smith. And there you can see Cummins taking, but good work from Ryan. Well, that really did silence the crowd, but they didn't have to wait long. What a game this fella's having. Adamson, Sinfield, pass out wide through the dummy. And this is the leg break. He enjoyed that. I'm not sure about the ladies, but this was a chance that also fell. Only the second chance throughout that first half. Mars passed to Horn, the knock on. But the way that they fought back, bad positioning there by the winger Craig Poucher. And you'll see that pass to Calderwood and Walker in for a great try. From defence to attack. This was the Carroll no try. It was difficult for the video referee. There's a hand underneath there that just prevents it from getting a blade of grass. So the groundsman cut it too short, I'm sure. But look at this. The way that Poaching allowed Sheridan to come out back on the inside, Senior. They're working harder, Leeds. They have dummy runners. They're working for each other. And then the break from McDonald set them up for this particular one. Their pass from Sinfield was quite outstanding. Bit of a doubt, that pass from Carroll to Calderwood, but not according to the officials. And then this. Count them. 3. Kick on there into the corner. Get the ball. 4. It changed hands on 12 occasions. Absolutely superb. It deserved a try, this. Keep counting. I've only got up to 10. Only got 2 hands. Look at that. That was super. They were bewildered, Hull. They are just absolutely run off their feet. They just kept it alive. That's confidence for you. And it's going to be very difficult. Okay. And I mean extremely difficult for Hull to come back after this, because they must be absolutely out on their feet. And Leeds, we mentioned before the game started, didn't we, that Hull would want to play tight in the forwards. Leeds, they want to get it out wide. Well, I can assure you, Sinfield and Sheridan are doing just that. More of the same, please.
Well, quite a match unfolding before our eyes here at Headingley, and Leeds, well, they're in tip-top form. They're out to close the gap on the Bradford Bulls at the top of the table, and they're looking to push on in this second half to increase that lead of 20 points to 10 at the break. Half-time at Headingley, and Leeds ahead by 20 points to 10. A match they've not got won yet, but they will look to push home their advantage in the second half. 10 points is no lead at all in modern-day rugby league, but Leeds certainly have the platform to go on and win this match convincingly. A few troops missing for Hull and their coach Sean McRae. He was telling me yesterday 9 players with first-team experience out injured. And they have a big game next weekend against Wigan, which you'll be able to see on Sky Sports on Saturday night. And next Friday here at Headingley, it's Leeds against the Saints, also on Sky Sports. Cracking stuff next weekend. Not bad this weekend, as Barry McDermott runs the ball back on the first tackle of the second half for the Leeds Rhinos. But a big effort needed now from Hull to hang on to Leeds shirt tails. Maybe the half-time break, Steve-O, will have done Hull the power of good, because Sean McRae will have been able to regroup.
Oh, without a doubt, and he'll just say, look, let's play safety first. The big problem for Leeds, perhaps, is getting a little bit overconfident.
There
that's
it
going to
is.
be the knock-on.
Adamson.
Well, it barely got out of the lips.
Oh, now then, is it a knock-on against Andy Last? I think it is, it is.
Oh, I think that's a harsh call. Dion Bird went for the tackle. I don't think he knew that the ball was there. That's a harsh one.
Dion Bird it is, you're right. He and Andy Last were those scrum caps. Dion Bird it was. He's just come on at the start of this second half for Adam Marr. That's a blow for Hull, because I think Marr is very big defensively for them.
Well, he certainly tightens them down the middle, doesn't he? That is for sure. And it's going to be a real uphill battle. But the one thing about this Hull side over the past couple of years is that they don't throw the towel in, that is for sure. They've still got quality out there.
Oh, they'll keep coming all night, but Leeds looking to maybe nail them down with the opening try of this second half. McDermott couldn't get the ball away, enveloped by 2.
Well, he was carrying the ball with one hand. Daryl Powell has got to get the message out, say, come on, fellas, let's not be too cocky. We're only 10 points in front.
Yes, it's no winning lead. It's something to build on. And Andy Last is flattened in the back play there, and is now groggily getting himself back into the defensive line. It's the last tackle here for Leeds, and Sheridan will hoist the kick to the in-goal area. This is a tester, because Senior's after it. It was dropped.
Went backwards.
Parker picks up the pieces. The Leeds fans are furious.
Well, the officials got it right. Well, it's the likes of Toa Koe-Love. This is the incident. No doubt about it. If anything, it came off poaching. But I was just saying, Toa Koe-Love and Graham Mackay, good combination in the centres. They've perhaps got to take a little bit more responsibility. We know that Hull throughout this season have been pretty strong in the forwards, and it's got them through quite a few good games this season, but they've got to be a little bit more adventurous.
And that's what Jason Smith is trying to do here. He tried to get to his feet to play that ball. It's a penalty.
Yeah.
A penalty to Hull.
Daryl Powell is going through a nightmare at the moment, because he's fully aware. Nothing wrong, everything wrong with that. This is the expression of dearie me, or something like that.
A chance here for Hull then to post first try, second half. This is Greenhill.
Look at that.
7 penalties for Hull and only 4 for Leeds. That's a great ball to Carvel. He bounces over the top of Matt Adamson, but can't get through Matt Diskin. And here now is Tony Smith to Chester, to Mackay, who's dangerous. And Leeds are well aware of that fact. The leading try scorer in Super League halted in his tracks. Chester, Carvel again, they're using him as a battering ram. Out the back door it goes to Andy Last. Andy Last will give it width again to Mackay. He gets up ahead of steam.
Good defence.
No way through for Craig Poucher.
Tony Carroll read that inside pass from Mackay superbly.
Chester, long ball to Tony Smith. Back it goes to Carvel. That went backwards. and he keeps the movement going. Now they've got 4 against 2 out there, and Smith has realised that. This is Coe Love, back on the inside to Jason Smith. Oh, it was fancy. It was maybe too fancy from the Australian.
Nice build-up, and sadly, the final pass from the loose forward just going the wrong way. He had all the time in the world to make sure that he could have twisted the body. Now then, is that the first knock-on? I think it will be.
First, yes.
Well, it's a bit scrappy at the moment, which is playing into the hands of the whole side.
Let's get down to Bill for the half-time news.
Eddie, I should imagine both coaches already at the start of this second half are pretty unhappy. Darryl Powell telling his players at half-time that it was too early for the fancy dance stuff. The fans loved it. The mood around us at half-time among the punters was that this was a brilliant performance from Leeds. But really, there's only 10 points between the two sides, and Hull are well aware of that. They're not out of this game yet.
I'm sure that Sean McRae believes that. This is Sean Ryan. He'll believe it further if they score in this set. It's with Jason Smith again. That's touched in flight. They're going to score with Poucher! Craig Poucher with the try. He's given it. It was touched in flight by the Leeds man. The ball did drift forward, but it drifted forward off the Leeds fingertip. And Craig Poucher, well, he has marked his first appearance of the Super League year with his opening try of the campaign. And Hull will not go away.
Well, it needed a poke in the eye from the kick-off to get Leeds started. Maybe this is the same in the second half. If you're a Leeds fan, that's what you'll be looking for, but keep the ball alive here. It was wonderful stuff. Ryan, and then watch a pass from Jason Smith. Took the gamble. Francis Cummins in no man's land. This is superb play. Keep it alive, just like Leeds have done. As Darryl Powell said, no fancy stuff. We've got the lead. It's going to be hard to increase upon it if they allow this to occur. Watch the pass from Smith, right over the top. He reads the game so well, and why not? 16 caps for Australia, and a long ball out wide for Poucher, who was in the right position. Well, that makes up for the awful mistake in that first half when he was caught out of position. And Hull are back.
They are. They will be even more so if Mackay can kick this. It's 20 points to 14. This for 2016. What a kicker! What a kicker, Graham Mackay. He's hidden this light under a bushel, but he's not a bad replacement, and Tony Carroll is in a little bit of strife.
If you're out of position, you're going to take a gamble, and that is what Francis Cummins did. Popped up neatly for Poucher. Game on. This is the injury, and Carroll didn't half take a knock.
And he's a bit groggy as he makes his way to the sideline.
Well, we said it, Eddie. Leeds cannot afford to be complacent, overconfident, keep the ball alive. Fans may love it. Try to tell that to the coach.
Well, we loved it as well in the first half, to be fair. We said more of the same, please. But they now have to build the lead again. It's reduced to 4 right at the start of this second half, and we've got a real contest on our hands here.
To be fair, Eddie, coaches in Super League, they don't come here just to enjoy the game.
Another penalty against Leeds.
It was high. Well, now it's a lack of discipline. No doubt about it.
Poaching, grabbing at the throat. They won on their last visit to Headingley, you know, 18-16 last April, and that was a result that spelt the end of Dean Lance as the Leeds Rhinos coach. Darryl Powell moved in.
Well, all the confidence that they had going into the sheds at half-time has been erased, and maybe the Gremlins may start to settle in.
Well, they will if Hull score next. Greenhill, Tony Smith, Richard Horne. Beautiful ball round the corner. Tony Smith just overran it. It went backwards rightly. Play on. Andy Last.
Back to 6. Play on. Oh, he should have dropped on that.
Well, knock on, but whose and which way? The referee will obviously take a report from his touch judge.
The Hull feed.
Hull's head and feed, yes it is.
Well, that was like basketball. And that must have been it. It must have been McDermott that got a fingertip to it.
No, was it Danny Ward? Yes. Danny Ward just got a fingertip to that. More pressure. There's a push.
Leeds pushing in the scrum. They're claiming they got the ball fairly. The referee will have none of it. He wants the scrum to reform.
The ball's in before you push. You push it before the ball is in.
Wait until the ball is in.
Don't push till the ball is in, then you can push.
Well, we saw that in the State of Origin, didn't we? When Queensland rolled the pack forward and the fullback Hodgson raced the full length of the field, scored a marvellous try.
Mackay has it for Hull, and they're being roared on by their travelling army of fans behind the sticks. This is Jason Smith. Leeds having it all to do in defence here.
Well, we haven't seen much running from Andy Lass from dummy half. Will he go here?
Oh, that was a right Shamozzle that play the ball.
Should have been penalised. He's allowed the advantage as Robert Connolly, and rightly so close to the line.
Andy Last spins the ball wide to Jason Smith. Here comes Tony Smith. Chris Chester hits the gap. That's a great tackle from McDermott.
Try saver.
Dion Bird, the dummy half. Jason Smith, the architect. Tony Smith on to Bird, on to Greenhill, and just straight up the middle, looking to offload Greenhill, and does. Andy Last. Wide it goes again. Carl Pratt gets to Sean Ryan, holds him down. Little shake of the head and get it out wide, I think he said then, Sean McRae. Tony Smith, here's the kick to the corner.
A late one. McDermott has gone in high with the legs.
It's now with Bird. Back it comes. And still it comes, but that's well watched by Danny Ward.
Yeah, touch judges on. This will be a penalty to Hull, and McDermott may be in trouble. He went high and very high with the legs.
Second report.
It was McDermott that took out the kicker, and it was seen quite clearly, and it was late. He could go for this. It was a bad one from Barry. Ever so late. Look at that, the ball's well away, and he has gone up with the knee. He's got to be sent off for that. He's got to go. That is awful.
Well, he's not. He's given the penalty over this side.
Well, that is awful.
No, I think he's got it wrong here.
Watch this. The knee goes straight into the face of Smith. Well, don't tell me he's giving a penalty. Yeah, but
it's where the ball lands off the kick.
Yeah. Has he put it on report? Oh, that is a shocker. Well, if that does not go on report, I can't believe. Look at this. The knee goes straight into the face. Well, he knows he's a lucky boy.
They're running it, Hull. Oh, Greenhill. And McDermott in the face of Greenhill.
Well, he knows he's lucky. He was so late to Tony Smith. And how on earth the officials had not come to an agreement to say, put that on report. We won't hear the last of that. Look at this. Big hit.
Heads in.
It's boiling up. And it'll explode, don't worry. Hull are incensed with that. And rightly so. It was a shocker from Barry.
Andy Hay, that's a great ball to Ben Walker.
Should have passed it.
What?
He had senior there.
Well, look at this from Walker. They did have two on the overlap out wide. Walker, they're trying to get him over the sideline. Now the tackle is called held. Here is Danny Ward.
Well, Leeds can't afford to be sucked into it. Keep this ball alive. That's where they were so effective in that first half.
It's been all Hull in this second half so far in terms of possession, and they've scored the try, converted as well.
It's going to be a difficult time for the official.
Sinfield, a little dab over the line, inviting Calderwood to chase, who's fast. Richard Horne has to pick it up. That's a great race from Calderwood.
And a great kick too.
But he's growing with stature, this lad, Mark Calderwood.
He's on fire.
20 years of age. Look at this.
He just piles himself. Wait till he gets it. Bang, you're mine. We often say, don't we, the kick is only as good as the chase. And take a bow, Mr. Calderwood. Well, it's so great to see youngsters who have gone through a nightmare playing against a side like Hull at the Boulevard. And it's tense moments for Sean McRae, who I'm sure is still seething over that incident involving Tony Smith and the high knees up from Barry McDermott.
Andy Hay plays the ball to Carl Pratt. And the Leeds substitute.
2, here you go.
Missed London last week, but he came off the bench and scored a try in the win at Wigan. Did Carl Pratt.
3, player, hands off.
This is McDermott again.
Nice and easy.
Getting tasty between him and Greenhill and company. Now then, Ryan Sheridan. Oh, through the gap goes Sheridan. That's a fabulous try. That's a fabulous Ryan Sheridan try. He dinked and dummied and shimmied and got over the line. And Ryan Sheridan there with all the skills for the Leeds Rhinos. And I'm sure for the watching David Waite, the Great Britain coach, wherever he is. We have a problem at scrum half. There's no Sean Long, but there's certainly Ryan Sheridan on the fringes.
And it all came about from that wonderful chase from Calderwood that put them in the position. And Ryan Sheridan, with a performance like this, he wants to get on that plane to Australia. Look at the expression on the coach. That is sheer quality, and he appreciates it, and rightly so. A fine player himself a few years ago, but Ryan Sheridan has laid down the gauntlet.
And Sheridan was, in fact, the Great Britain scrum half the last time that Great Britain faced the Aussies in '99 in the Tri-Series down under. And Ryan Sheridan has just given David Waite one heck of a nudge. Walker adds the extras. The 10-point lead is restored.
Well, it's not a nudge, Eddie. He's given him a knockout punch. Rightly so. His combination with Kevin Sinfield, and I'm sure that is also going through the mind of David Waite, and it comes down to selection of the trip down to Australia. And it often is the case that when two players from the same club, as you've mentioned, we have struggled for half-back combination through injuries, lack of form many years ago, but they wouldn't go amiss, would they, these two?
Well, that's a view I would echo. We have got Phil Clark, I think, sitting on the touchline, and of course he is the Great Britain manager. I hasten to add, with no input in terms of selection, but Phil, your view on this combination of Sinfield and Sheridan tonight?
Well, it's pretty good, and how good it is to hear you two also talking about the options really we've got at half-back. I think over the last decade, at times we've struggled and had to play forwards in the position of stand-off and scratch around for scrum half, but that's not the case. Paul Deacon had an outstanding game last week for Bradford. Tony Smith looking back to his best form, and Ryan Sheridan as well. So important to this Leeds side, maybe sometimes unnoticed, but the two games he hasn't played for Leeds this year, they've lost both of them, and that's just, I think, how important the central figure he is in this Rhinos team.
Well, Leeds have suddenly got their confidence back, and Sinfield dabs the ball into the corner. That will stand up. That's a brave run there from Parker. I think Bill Arthur's got some news of Tony Carroll, who walked off groggily.
That's right, Eddie. The only really cloud on the horizon for Leeds Rhinos tonight is the fact that Tony Carroll has taken another knock. He did leave the field very groggily indeed, and he is still in that Leeds dressing room and still feeling a bit shaken up.
A 10-point lead, though, as Chester goes in at dummy half for Hull. And Dion Bird tries to drive his way forward. Barry McDermott had hold of the shirt and concedes the penalty.
He's walking a tightrope, is this fella. He can't afford to be doing that. I'm sure that Mr. McDermott realises that he's fortunate. Comes over with the elbow, forearm, watch it. In the face from Hay, and then just to finish him off, Mr. McDermott. Tough game, isn't it?
It is a tough game. Barry McDermott, in many people's views, the best prop running round in Super League, but a big penalty count against Leeds Rhinos, and two of them now have gone against the name of Barry McDermott on the stat sheet. Tony Smith, Richard Horn, Adamson, an important tackle. Andy Last, wide to Jason Smith. Ryan is there in support. That flicked off the hands.
They play the knock on. The head and feet to Hull.
No, it'll be play on because Coelho's got the ball back.
Well, what advantage is that? It's 15 metres downfield.
Not now, it isn't. 6 to go, and here's Richard Horn. Just crossed the advantage line then, I think. Jason Smith. Good ball inside to Scott Logan.
Held on to the ball this time.
Sinfield on his back. They're 3 metres away. Hull. Last to Tony Smith. He was making a play then for the plane.
Sheridan said, no way.
Chester, Jason Smith, surrounded by three.
Really good effort to close him down. Such a wily character, the loose forward from Hull.
Logan on the charge for Hull. The defensive line stands firm again.
Not a bad ploy that. He went in the hole that's left by the man who played the football.
Andy Last off the deck to Jason Smith. It goes wide. Oh, Coe Lovers. Well, it went backwards. That's gone forwards.
Yeah. They didn't really have to do that.
The original offence from Coe Love went backwards. The referee's blown the whistle. He wants them to come back, and let's put the scrum down with head and feed to the Rhinos.
Well, a golden opportunity there, and Coe Love has had a very quiet game indeed. No doubt about it. That
off him though, it went backwards. It was the other one. Well, the other two actually.
The last one. Either way, he got it right in the end.
Jamie Jones Buchanan has come on, and Matt Adamson is the man who is withdrawn after an hour, and a very good hour it's been for Matt Adamson. There's first touch for Jamie Jones.
I have to agree with Eddie. Adamson has been outstanding in the 60 minutes that he's played.
Danny Ward.
Good effort. That's what's needed. Just settle the ship.
Penalty. Tony Smith penalised, not allowing Danny Ward to get to his feet to play the ball.
Well, he went for a second grab, and that's the reason, and rightly so by the official. Shakes his head. Safety first by Sinfield. Didn't worry about kicking the ball too much downfield. Oh, big fella's away.
McDermott up the middle and spinning and getting it away to Diskin. That's where he's so effective. Diskin takes the tackle from Ryan and Jason Smith. Jason Smith stopping the momentum. Ben Walker, Kevin Sinfield, Jamie Jones Buchanan. This is Mark Calderwood. Calderwood! Oh, still going, still going. Strength. What an effort. What an effort.
He's got it.
He's got that down. The video ref will have to make the decision.
That is a wonder try.
What an effort from Mark Calderwood, who's convinced he scored.
So am I. That'll do. He gets it down second time anyway. That'll do. Well done. Well, this 20-year-old for the England under-21s, and he's had a wow of a game. I thought perhaps he may have taken the wrong option. That's where the try was scored. Made short on the second occasion. Oh, what an effort. No doubt in my mind. Give it there. If not, give it here. That'll do. No blade of grass there. Come on. Come on. TRY. I'll put my house on this one.
Well, the video referee, John Aldwood's not convinced.
Yeah, definitely house time. Confident. Put out the umbrellas. I've still got it.
Tries given. Took a wee while. Sean McRae perhaps knows that could be the killer blow.
Well, it's looking a very tired defence now from Hull. And you'll see quite clearly that the build-up was good. In and out. Oh, that's superb play. That's what I thought perhaps he'd done the wrong thing, but talk about second effort. Fully deserved. Well, who do you pick as man of the match today? There's been stars aplenty. Look at that. I'm going, and I'm going, and I've got there. Whoa.
6 tries to 2 now in favour of the Rhinos. And look at the recent run young Mark Calderwood has had. That's his 9th try of the season, by the way. Walker gets 2 more. 32-16. Well, Leeds, they will look to push towards 80 minutes now and send them all home dancing.
They certainly do, and if they play football like this, we'll all start to love them.
tell you one thing though, Steve, for all their effort, the Hull side, they don't deserve to be on the end of a hiding. It's a 16-point gap at the moment.
Well, I'm sure Sean McRae looked at that incident where they got the penalty, but really, I get the impression that Leeds should be down to 12 men.
Boof, McDermott gets the penalty. He got the penalty that time. A high tackle. More news coming in from Bill about Tony Carroll.
Well, Tony Carroll seems to have shaken off that knock. He certainly looks a lot brighter than he did when he left the pitch. But the other bad news for Leeds Rhinos is that Wayne McDonald won't be taking any further part tonight. He's got a badly sprained ankle as well. Could be some bad news for Hull FC. Rob Burrow is just starting to warm up.
This is Sheridan, and he's found Danny Ward. He's having a great game tonight, is Sheridan. And here is Diskin. These quick play, the balls have got Hull on the back foot. Sinfield, great ball out the back door, but on the bounce and picked up by Walker. And Walker will now attack down the left-hand side, straightens it up, gets away from Smith. Poaching, though, is tackled by Jason Smith. Still going, Willie Poaching. Gets away, the ball to Walker. Here is Senior. Senior. Great tackle. Ryan and Horn, bravely. But Leeds aren't done yet.
Got the overlap.
Diskin. Sinfield. Sheridan. Losing ground. Cummins knocks on. Mackay hits the deck.
Well, again, a wonderful build-up. There's someone down in the Hull camp.
Tony Smith, I think.
Tony Smith again doing that, trying to do the tackle. Well, this has been a magnificent team effort from the Rhinos tonight. Matt Diskin, the hooker, he's controlled things at dummy half, and it's the best game I've seen him have for quite some time. He's definitely back to his best.
42-8 Wigan. They're going to be big winners over London. 10 minutes to go. Here, 32-16, and Leeds caught offside with a quarter of an hour to go.
And he's been consistent. And there's Robert Connolly.
Penalty count is mounting, actually, against Leeds.
With the scoreline at 32-16, I think Daryl Powell will be quite happy to still keep this aggressive approach, and it has been that. Not only are they playing with a lot of skill in attack, and their defence is solid, but they've just stepped up a gear in the aggressive stakes.
Greenhill to Jason Smith. Jason Smith was looking for Chris Chester. He got him in the end.
Well, he wanted somebody coming close, a little bit late.
Dion Bird. Graham Mackay. They know you've got to go low on Graham Mackay to stop him. Bird, Chester, Jason Smith. This is Logan. Last tackle underneath the sticks. Knock on. Now, not a knock on, a penalty because Logan back-chatted. Oh, Andy Hay.
Oh, and he's down. I think it's Chris Chester.
It's Logan.
Is it Logan? Sorry.
I think so. He went in for a really fierce challenge. Been annoyed with that. Oh, that ball's come free.
Knock on.
Knock on.
A little chip over the top by Calderwood. He was off for another one. Well, not surprisingly, it's just falling away this game because it's being played at mighty fast speed.
Scott Logan is hurt. Went in for a big hit on Andy Hay after Leeds got that penalty, and he came off second best, I'm afraid. Looks like he's finished for the night.
Yep.
Sign from the physio.
Let's hope it's not another Bruce Sternum. Remember Jason Smith having to play out there. Yeah,
right in the chest.
Elbow. That looks a Sternum problem yet again. Number
Jason
2
Smith.
for Hull.
Yeah, Jason Smith's still suffering, and Scott Logan is now as well.
Been a bruising encounter.
Gareth Carvell returns. 13 minutes to go. And, over 14,000 inside Headingley tonight, enjoying this display from two very good sides, to be fair. Hull with all their injuries, Leeds with a couple of absentees as well, but putting on a fabulous show for us.
Especially in that first half, Eddie, when Leeds made 12 clean breaks to Hull's 2.
And here they come again, Hull with Paul Cook. Got the ball away. saying it was stolen, and the
He was in an
referee
offside
agrees.
position. It was 1-on-1, that was fine, but it went in a forward direction and the man was stood in front of him.
That's 2.
Doesn't matter. City was in front. Either way, it's a penalty.
Greenhill. The penalty given for stripping.
And the question that Darryl Powell, the Leeds coach, will be asking his charges is to make sure that you finish off with stopping them from getting over the line.
Well, they've got 12 minutes to do that. Tony Smith, Carvel, through the hands of Richard Horne. Chester picks up. Jamie Jones Buchanan, though, cuts him down. They are so eager to get to the heart of the action, the Leeds Rhinos.
Look ever so fit as well.
That's a good quick play, the ball. Here's Tony Smith. This is Gareth Carvel. Offloads.
Yet again.
There's a little knock on. Well, it was a question there of everyone left it for everybody else.
Well, Jason Smith really should have dropped on it, and his coach knows it as well. Especially when you've got your back to the opposition, you make sure of possession.
Danny Ward.
Oh, that was a high one from Mackay.
Offside is the penalty.
Still was a high one. It worked hard. I keep saying that this unit from Leeds has been outstanding. And the important factor that's impressed me more, Eddie, is that the way that Leeds have run off the ball, helping their...
That's an awful penalty, though. Mackay jogging back. They missed the touch, and the ball from the boot of Sinfield just squirmed away, went over the line. Look, it was Walker, was it?
To be fair, he had a real good left break. Maybe they're picking it up from Matt Adamson.
Well, Burrow has come on for Matt Diskin. There he is, scampering in, number 19 at dummy half. Fresh legs from the little fella. More injury news from Bill.
Yeah, it's bad news for the whole camp. It's going to be a couple of casualties for them tonight to add to a very long injury list already, with I think half a dozen first-team regulars out before this game started. They've now lost Adam Marr with a knee injury, and as Dr. Hemmings correctly spotted, it looks like a sternum injury for Scott Logan tonight.
I think that was my learned medical colleague, to be fair. Professor Stevenson. Senior.
Professor?
Burrow fancies it himself, little Burrow!
Oh, good job, Koilov came over the top.
He's a will-o'-the-wisp. Carl Pratt.
Oh, used the referee well there.
Back it goes to Senior. Leeds will come again. The kick out wide. Taken by Graham Mackay, but he ran from the field of play and he ran back into the field of play, and that's a big effort from him.
Just hesitated there. Oh, that's a short. 50-50 call anyway. They've got possession. Look at the way that Leeds, their defensive pattern. Like terriers, never mind Rhinos tonight.
Well, we're back here next Friday for Leeds against St Helens.
What a game that'll be.
Oh. And then Hull against Wigan on Saturday up at the Boulevard. That's on Sky Sports 3 Note at 6 o'clock.
Well, over the past 4 weeks, Leeds have displayed some wonderful rugby league. They fear no one now.
That'll be an absolute classic against Saints. Forward pass. Jason Smith. It drifted forward.
We'll see on the wide shot. Well, what about the momentum rule? He's in front of it. What happened to the momentum rule, or as someone from Oldham keeps telling me, the momentum? Well, I think he's been badly done to, and he thought so too.
Barry McDermott leaves the field. This is Danny Ward, meanwhile. McDermott takes a breather on the bench. Ward gets to his feet. Burrow, the dummy half. This is Adamson, just on for McDermott. Adamson! Oh, he's had a big game. He was on for an hour, he's back for the last 8.
Well, we'll be hunting for another try as well. Now this is where Sheridan and young Rob Burrow really have to start taking on the opposition. Good tackle there by Mackay. Had to be as well. It's a big one.
And he just stopped the momentum for Leeds. Sinfield misses Burrow, finds Ben Walker. Walker then on to Poaching. Poaching back to Walker, but put down.
Knock on.
Play the
Walker.
first. Will they? Yeah, we'll play the first.
2 minute knock on, first knock on.
I think there'll be
Handball.
a happy
Ball,
night for this
handball.
fella, though he
Come down.
doesn't show much emotion, does he? Not like Ben. He's come up with a knock on. But not only has the Rhinos come of age, I feel that Daryl Powell in the coaching stakes has really made a great effort this season. A lot of people said that it would be difficult for him, but he has shown a lot of quality and class.
He has. I just wonder if he will concentrate in training this week on ball retention, Steve-O, because Leeds have put a lot of ball down with line gaping, and when they come to the St Helens, the Wigans, the Bradfords,
yeah, but they
it
won't
could be a problem.
They won't play like that, Eddie, when they do, if it's a tight game. It's only the fact that, you know, they always felt that they had this win in front of them. They've always been in front apart from the opening 1 minute, and as soon as Adamson went over, it was always going to be looking that way. A little bit of a fight back in this early part of the second half from Hull, but they've shown some wonderful. I mean, we praised St Helens over the years, haven't we, for
Knock
keeping
on
the ball
by
alive.
Jason Smith.
He's tried hard, but
Carvel unloaded.
just getting to that point, we praised so many times, haven't we, the St Helens play over the years, and of course Sean McRae was part of that. But I think this whole side will realise that this Leeds outfit, well, they're just running ragged.
5.5 minutes to the final siren. Let's get some more thoughts from Phil on the side.
Well, I think Daryl Powell asked for consistency from his side, and we've seen that in the last 4 games. They've averaged 34 points. They've almost got to that again tonight. And that just shows what a wonderful attacking side. I don't think you'll be with me for long before you're pinching over, and as the try scored again. The last time they scored a try, they played the old theme tune from the professionals. They might not have Bodie and Doyle out there, but they're a well-drilled side who know how to get over the line.
Touch judge is on.
Yeah, swinging arm. Well, he's seen that one, but the touch judge didn't see the one earlier.
Wait.
No doubt about it. He had a shot through the left arm, then came back for the second bite with a knee.
Intent. No connection. Otherwise, it'll be some action. Oh, there you go.
And a tough encounter for both sides. Full credit to the whole side.
And Leeds looking to send their fans home really happy. They've gone for touch. Referee wants the second football off the field as we bring you the final score from Wigan. 42-10. Wigan over the London Broncos. Here's Matt Adamson.
Okay, roll away. Nice and easy.
They fought all the way, haven't they, Hull? But
Ball.
I must say they've been outclassed for long periods of this game by the Rhinos.
Burrow checks, comes back.
Okay, Tony. Hands
10
up.
metres away. Sinfield, Sheridan, good ball, Andy Hay, Senior,
Good job, Coy Love was there.
working the angles, aren't they, all the time, hunting for more. Walker, Sinfield to crown it,
Oh, he went
back to
on the inside.
Burrow. Well, Burrow
what
is
a
held
goal.
up just short.
What great defence. He'll go to the screen, will he, on this one? He doesn't know what on earth has happened. I think there's a knock-on.
Well, he
when
wants to check
Sinfield-
whether Burrow got to the line.
I think he's short, but I think the pass from Sinfield back on the
Very,
inside.
very close.
No, he didn't get anywhere near. I think he lost control, but
Full
the
tackle,
big-
John.
big thing was this one, back on the inside. No, it went back. Now then, was he taken out? Maybe he was. Maybe Ben Walker was taken.
Referee,
Certainly didn't get over the line anyway.
referee
Young
peering there into the incident, but it's going to be fourth tackle this. I think it'll be a restart on the next tackle. Fourth tackle attack, yes. So they quickly play the ball, and there is Sheridan, and here is Poaching, and here is Andy Hay! He'll score this time.
It was inevitable, wasn't it?
The leading try-scoring forward in the Super League is Andy Hay of the Leeds Rhinos.
He loves to skirt out wide, just on the fringes, sometimes outside of the centres. That's what they're paying for. And And he knows now that 2 valuable points. And the man at his side, Malcolm Reilly, will also be impressed, and rightly so, especially with the fact that the toughness that this side has created over the past couple of months. They've had their blips, of course. Witness came here and had a shock win.
Since then, though, they've never looked back.
Yep. Beautiful dummy, just run out of numbers, no doubt. Brave effort from Richard Horne.
Well, it was described as the make or break month of May, and they have come through it unscathed. And it has certainly made the Leeds Rhinos challenge for the grand final and Old Trafford come alive. For Sean McRae, he has to regroup. He hopes to have some of the injured players back for next week against Wigan, but he's already lost 2 more tonight. And Darryl Powell knows that a month's fine work is now behind him and his players. They're level on points with the Bulls at the top. They are the top try scorers in the Super League. They're the top point scorers in the Super League. And Hull can just gather behind their own line and watch as Ben Walker here tries to add 2 more points to the Rhinos' tally.
Been a smart move, hasn't it, by Darryl Powell to switch this fella back into the full-back position. He can sense when to chime into the 3-quarter line.
It's a great move by Darryl Powell, because this fella has never played full-back before.
Not only that, he was playing outstanding football at stand-off.
Good kick. 2 more to the Leeds total. 38-16. But he's averaged almost 12 points a game. Sean McRae, I think, has seen enough. Knows his team have been well beaten. And Ben Walker, by the way, having converted Andy Hayes' try, his average is 12 points a game. He has managed 14 tonight. So an above-average performance from Ben Walker, an above-average performance from Leeds. And Sean McRae in the dressing room has seen enough. And it's, although a short coach journey home, will seem like twice as far after this comprehensive dismantling of his team. Last minute of the match. Ward, Jamie Jones, Buchanan, Cummins. Rob Burrow waits at dummy half. Have they got one last trick in the book, Leeds, in the last 40 seconds of this match?
And Danny Ward has done his job tonight. He's the all. He's really, so has this fella.
Sinfield.
Some of the passing from Sinfield tonight has been outstanding. And kick and chase be another thing that Darryl Powell will be very, very happy with.
Biggest points tally, by the way, that Hull have conceded this season. Good night's work for Darryl Powell. Richard Horne takes the tackle. Hull will end this match with the ball in hand, but they will go home without any reward for their efforts in terms of championship points. Coelov takes the last tackle. A job very well done this month by the Rhinos, and Ryan Sheridan and Darryl Powell will take the applause of this South Stand. Keith Senior played his part as well, a first half try from him. Well, it looked a daunting prospect at the start of May. London, Wigan, Bradford, Hull, all to face, along with Salford. They have come through with flying colours. They have joined the Bradford Bulls at the top of the table tonight. And who knows, this month of May just might be the launch pad for a serious assault on a second grand final appearance. Remember, they were in the inaugural grand final in 1998, only to lose to Wigan. 38-16 victors here at Headingley over Hull. The Leeds Rhinos have taken their applause. They have taken their place at the summit of the Super League as well, alongside the Bulls. Battle joined. To come next, the Saints here at Headingley. Great win for the Leeds Rhinos here. They have joined the Bradford Bulls at the top of the table. Bradford are at Warrington on Sunday. 38 points to 16, the final score. And as you can see, the tries just flowed from the Rhinos. Man of the match, one of the try scorers. He had a fantastic game this evening. Ryan Sheridan, he wins the TISO watch, and he's with Bill.
Ryan, congratulations, man of the match. There you go. There's your watch. Revenge is sweet for Leeds tonight.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you know, I missed the game at the Boulevard. You know, they're the games you like to play in. You know, it was extremely tough. You know, we're just glad to get away with the 2 points.
And it's been a great month for Leeds, hasn't it? Unbeaten, well, 100% record.
Yeah, it's something we set out to do, you know, and it's been tough. You know, we've had a few big wins, but, you know, that's not the end of it. You know, we've got to go, you know, carry on next week.
All the best.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
I've got to go on next week, and consistency was the key word for Daryl Powell at the start of this month of May, and he has had a very consistent performance from his team throughout the month of May. Let's hear from Daryl now. He's next to the microphone with Bill.
Daryl, the crowd loved it. Did you?
Oh, it's a bit tense at times, but I thought we played some fantastic rugby league tonight. A little bit over-ambitious at times, but it got us the points, and I thought we were pretty special tonight, and we've got a great bunch of blokes, and there's plenty in front of us that we can enjoy. We've got to be a bit more disciplined at times, but I'm very happy with the performance.
And you must be very happy with the month of May.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't it? When you looked at it, it looked very, very tough for us. You know, you got London, Wigan, Bradford, Hull, very tough. So we've come out of it with some very strong wins, unbeaten in the month, and we've got to kick on from this because there's still plenty of tough games to come.
Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
Plenty of tough games to come, and one of them comes up here in 7 days' time when the Saints will be at Headingley. Now, Bill used the word revenge in his interview with Ryan Sheridan, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if Daryl Powell used that word again in training this week. Revenge gained here tonight over Hull for their win earlier in the season. Revenge against the Saints for the Cup semi-final defeat and the last-minute defeat at Knowsley Road in April. Steve Sims, would revenge play a part in your team talking this week?
Well, I think on tonight's performances and over the last month, as you said, if Daryl Powell got Coach of the Month, you know, nobody can complain about that. And I think the way things are going with Daryl at the moment, that whatever he said, them players are listening to him. So, you know, he can say anything at all and they're going to take notice. So, you know, I just think that Leeds proved tonight that they're real contenders.
They are contenders. They're up there with Bradford at the top. Can they stay there, do you think?
Well, yeah, it's been a tough month. There's not many teams that's going to have a month with games of the Wigans and the Bradfords and Hulls, the top teams, and come away with all the points. And Leeds have done that. So I think that, you know, they're on a roll, and it's up to Daryl and his coaching staff and to keep them going, and I'm sure they will.
Well, Steve-O and I were purring, weren't we, in that match about the performance of the Rhinos. Sensational stuff, and they are worth being up there at the top, aren't they?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we just heard from their coach. He's got to be very, very pleased indeed, and the players. But as a team unit, it was outstanding play. Though, full credit to Hull. They did strike back very early in that second half, and they took a leaf out of the Leeds book, keeping the ball alive. Francis Cummins caught out there, Jason Smith and Poucher in for the try. There was just maybe a chance when they were trying to just make sure that Leeds were wobbling. And then this is the incident that I think we'll see a little bit more of. Look at the knees, and it goes straight into the face of Tony Smith. And there's little doubt in my mind that something will be said tomorrow. But full credit, this guy, look at that. Talk about throwing the gauntlet down, saying, hey, come on, you Great Britain selectors. I'm back to best form, and he certainly has. But there were so many stars tonight, including this fella here. Isn't it great to see? He had a nightmare at the Boulevard, and he has bounced back. Great to see character like that, and he certainly deserved that try. And then the try from Hay, they were just running out of numbers, weren't they? Love's doing nothing better than running wide off the centres. He was just a very, very simple dummy, wasn't it? It was an outstanding finish to an outstanding display by the Leeds Rhinos, and yes, I have to agree, they're up there with the big boys.
They are. They're one of the big four, of course, Leeds Rhinos, and we seem convinced they're going to stay there right the way through to the end of the season. I wonder if Phil Clark can offer the alternate view.
Well, we tend to have a short memory, don't we, in rugby league, because it's only just a month ago that St Helens absolutely annihilated Leeds in the Cup semi-final, and really a month is a very long time as a coach, I would imagine. It's a pretty tough time too. I think though any team preparing to play against Leeds better do one of two things: either have some amazing defence or be prepared to score a lot of points, because the form Leeds are in at the moment, they've just got so many guys right across the field capable of getting over the try line and getting some points, and then added to that, Ben Walker's kicking ability, you're more or less guaranteed that it'll be 6 every time they score a try. They're scoring so many points that, hey, got to come up with something special to win here at Headingley.
St Helens will be looking to do that here next Friday night. Before that, they go to Salford Saturday night, a match you'll be able to see with us on Sky Sports. Director of Rugby Steve Sims is in charge of the team for the very last time before Carl Harrison moves in on Monday. You've only got to stop the Saints tomorrow.
Well, that's it. It's not a difficult task, is it? I mean, you know, especially after their performance last week against Widnes. But, you know, the game of rugby league's 13 against 13, you know, and that's all you can have on there at any one time. And if we can perform, you know, at our best, you know, we can have a good shot at it. Obviously, you know, stranger things have happened where the top team has been beaten by the bottom team, whatever it may be. And you know, I know that players are going to go out there and give it their best shot. And that's all you can ask of them. But, you know, a lot of the players are feeling pretty good at the moment.
Thanks for being with us tonight. Champagne night for Leeds Rhinos. Best of luck tomorrow against the Saints. Bye-bye. With Ryan Sheridan, here is Keith Senior. Big ball, Adamson, Carroll, Calderwood, Carroll, brilliant try from Leeds Rhinos. That's touched in flight, they're going to score with Poucher! Now then, Ryan Sheridan. Oh, through the gap goes Sheridan, that's a fabulous try. And here is Poaching, and here is Andy Hay!